The Lady Vols, you liked the hire when Tennessee went out and got Kim Caldwell. We have seen a couple of transfer portal players. Your thoughts on how the Lady Vols should be this year talent-wise compared to last year? The Lady Vols roster surpassed last year's team, which wasn't great in terms of talent. Do you have an early read on Tennessee's new Lady Vol basketball head coach?
Well, first of all, to clarify, yeah, I like the hire because I don't think Tennessee could get the top level coach that it wanted. Just couldn't pull it off. The job wasn't as attractive on the market as perhaps UT had thought. But to go in a different direction, I mean, I think it's you can take a chance on somebody, a young coach like Caldwell. The roster, this probably is the worst roster the Lady Vols have had since I've been in Knoxville. It goes back to '87. This is not only is it a weak roster, it's the roster doesn't fit what Kim Caldwell wants to do at all. She's got too many players that weren't recruited to play this system. 3 transfers have helped, but look at what the competition has done. Tennessee hasn't added enough from the transfer portal to say it's gaining ground on any of the heavyweights in women's basketball. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough transitional period. It is going to be a real challenge to make the NCAA tournament. Right now, I don't know how good those transfers will be, but I think Tennessee probably tried to get a higher quality of transfer and couldn't pull it off. It's hard to do that because all these people that go in the portal, a lot of them have a good idea where they're headed when they go into the portal. So Caldwell's late to the party, and then she's got to scramble. She's got to assemble a staff, do all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, I think she's going to probably have a tough first season.
Hey, Caleb, you usually get a pass in your first season, right? But does Caldwell get a pass if the Lady Vols don't make the NCAA tournament? Maybe she should. That just sounds – Lady Vols, not NCAA tournament sounds awful.
I don't think she gets a pass. John, where I was going to go with this, so because the question I was asking is, have these 3 transfers done enough to you to maybe say that Kim Caldwell has what she needs to, with her coaching, take this roster farther than they went this past year under Kellie Harper? Or do you think that's not possible right now?
No. I mean, anything can happen. Maybe the players that I think aren't so well equipped to play in her system will prove me wrong and will be better at it. But keep in mind that last season's team had Rakia Jackson. There's nobody, there's several levels below her in terms of player talent, any individual player on that is. So I think with her system also, Caleb, if she stays true to it, it's not just the up-tempo, full-court game, 3-point shooting. It's playing a bunch of people. And I don't see where Tennessee has the kind of quality depth to rotate players in and out and not have a drop-off. So I just think next season's record is more likely will be a testament to what Kellie Harper couldn't do as opposed to what Kim Caldwell can do.
Interesting. John's appearance brought to you by Newburgh Collision Center. If you are in Chattanooga, you need to know about Quality Tire Pro. Go to qualitytirepros.com, step in, tell them that Off the Hook Sports said, "Hey, Bo, hey, how are you doing?" They got tires, full service automotive, brake alignments, oil changes, and more. All work is covered by nationwide warranty. Cherokee Boulevard, qualitytirepros.com. John, year one, we may see flashes of this up-tempo style, but given the lack of depth, do you believe it will be something that they can continue doing the rest of the entire year, or do they just not have enough young ladies to play this style consistently for 30-some games?
Well, I think Kim Caldwell is going to try and run. I mean, she made it pretty clear in that press conference that she's not modifying her system, that she and she wants to recruit to that system. So she needs to show future players what she intends to do with the program. I just think it's going to be really hard to do it with this group. Maybe those 3 transfers will be better than I thought they would be. But if you look around the country at the kind of players that Tennessee used to get in better days that they would have gotten in a transfer portal now, they aren't coming to Tennessee. They're going elsewhere.
So,
Truth to that,
John, but let me play the positive side real quick with the transfers that they've got, because the problem that it was the question you asked when you asked her at the press conference, can her style translate to this level? Because you can't do it when your tallest player is 5'9", I think was what she had at Marshall. So she added Lazaria Spearman and Alyssa Latham. Both are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". I think Latham is 6'4", and are very athletic, tall players, which allows her to run from the defensive side, at least get out in transition. Samara Spencer the new transfer, can run a transition offense. She's very athletic. Can that not, mean at the same time, you do have Jewel Spear and Sarah Puckett back, who both could be sharpshooters if they're in the right situation. So couldn't they, if you turn up the transition and they get good looks, couldn't they be lethal from 3? Kind of the way that, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to dare invoke the name, Chris Lofton was not that athletic, but he got a lot of great looks in Bruce Pearl's system early, which is why he was so lethal, because Bruce Pearl turned up the tempo so much.
Yeah, that's a good point, and maybe that could work out. I think the problem with some of Tennessee's players is going to be on the other side of the ball, is with pressure defense. I can't really see Sarah Puckett in a full court pressing defense. I think she would struggle with that, and so would a lot of other returning players. But yeah, if you can get that going, and you can and rebound, get going fast, get transition threes, that's the best way to get an open 3-pointers in transition. And as you pointed out, we saw that time and time again under Bruce Pearl with Chris Lofton in that first season, which was so much fun to watch. And I think that's maybe, if Tennessee fans want to hope for something, maybe that's what they can hope for, that players, that there will be enough of a mix. Dave?
yes, yeah, you're good, John. You're breaking up a little bit, but go ahead, sir.
Well, you're breaking up too. I didn't know what was going on there. Are you trying to talk?
No, go for it.
Well, I'll just wrap it up by saying that would be a best case scenario. And I think sometimes there's a lot of this could come down to how well Caldwell connects with her players. Can she sell players on this system and have them believing in this system? That would be a big positive step. That maybe they aren't physically best suited for this, but if they believe in it, they believe they can make it work, and she's encouraging enough to bring out the best in them. That again would be a best case scenario, I think.